Hello and a very, very good evening to all of you. This is the Jfsc School Desk and the two teams, JNS taking on JNS. It's a battle of pride. It's a battle of big. The battle of pride, the battle of big names. And who's going to be prevailing? That is something we'll have to wait and see. Well, looking at the pitch, there is quite a lot of grass out there to assist the bowlers. It's going to be interesting to see how the game takes its course, because the JNS Rangers are batting first. Simab Khan and Shrey, who's at the non-strikers, and it's a left and right combination. It's going to be really, really interesting to see how the field is set. So you can see that Simab is going to be taking guard for the first ball of the innings. The power play of 6 overs, wherein you can have a couple of fielders outside the inner ring. Play, says the umpire. And we have the first ball of this game. And straight away, back to ball. Simab tucks it away into the onside and he gets off the mark. No issues there. He's a talisman, Simab Khan. Opens the batting. He can give you those 4 overs in the power play, in the middle overs, or in the death. He's that sort of a bowler. The field set for the left-hander is quite different to that of the right. Long on and deep mid-wicket, the two fielders on the boundary, and that's interesting to see. You know, that there's a lot of mind that goes behind setting up a field in the power play. Square leg inside the circle, short fine leg, short third man point, backward point, covers, extra cover, and a mid-off on the offside. So a packed offside field. Shrey will be facing his first ball of the innings. Vishal. Oh, and that's a tremendous delivery outside off stump. That's the perfect length that you need to bowl when you're bowling at the Fatima cricket ground. There is certain movement that you will be getting the advantage of. And immediately Simab coming halfway down and having a quick word with his teammate. That is what camaraderie is. That is what, you know, this team is all about. Although it's JNS versus JNS, but there is still a lot of friendship that you see among the two. But everything that happens outside the ground. On the ground, these are fierce rivals. Outside off stump this time again, trying to cut the ball at the last minute, holding himself back. That's going to be a wide as called by the umpire. Well, talking about Vishal, he's got a very nice action. He likes to swing the ball away from the left-hander into the right-hander. And the best part is that he knows the exact length where he needs to bowl. The Jns Supremos, led by Pratik Chitalia, and JNS Rangers, led by Urvish. Shrey. Look at that. Little bit wider, a little bit fuller. Wide called by the umpire yet again. That was slower through the air. And that's the thing about Vishal. You know, he does not have express pace, but to match that up, he has immense accuracy. So far, we've not been able to see that in the couple of balls that he's bowled. But we all know the quality that this bowler possesses. And just look at that. That is the perfect length. Hands on the head of the wicketkeeper as well. He knows that it was a tremendous, mind-boggling delivery. Thinking cricketer, this Vishal. Knows that he's got a set field. Deep extra cover has gone on the boundary. Mid-wicket comes inside the circle. Vishal to continue. Slightly wider than usual. Wide called by the umpire. Well, all that the batters need to do is bat on the merit of the ball. That's what you need to do at the Fatima ground. It's not a small ground like Khalsa or maybe any other ground that they play on. But this one is a true test of skill and character this time. A beautiful delivery. That is the perfect length. Trying to go over the top, over covers. Shrey. And he could not get the connection between bat and ball. The keeper is right up to the stump. So that is another thing that plays in the mind of the bowler. Just look at that. The keeper fumbling it, but him standing close up is playing in the mind of the batter. And that's the length. That's the perfect, pristine length. Let's it go this time, Shrey. When you have players like Simab in your squad, especially when he's standing at the non-striker's end, you do not feel any sort of pressure as a batter. And I've seen Shrey play those destructive innings at the top. And this time he tries to go down the ground. That missed by inches and centimeters. My goodness, how lucky does one have to be to get away with that? At the end of the first over, it's 4 without loss, and that one could have been curtains. Just look at that ball nip back in. My goodness me. Very, very lucky. Four without loss at the end of the first over. Start of the second over, and Simab cautiously plays it back to the bowler. Aditya is the second new ball bowler here, bowling from the pavilion end, from the com box end. And as you can see from the angle, there is a slight bit of grass right in the center of the pitch, which will assist the pace bowlers. Aditya to Simab. Look at the ball swing away from the right hander, played it towards the long off region. The man is on the boundary. A single is what he'll get. Cautious and calculative as always. Simab does not take those risks in the first few overs. He likes to bat through the innings. He is the anchor man for the JNS Rangers. He has been for the longest. And today it's a true test of skill and character for both these teams. Pratik Chitalia, well, he's won the toss, elected to bowl first. That's something that most teams choose to do when they're playing at this very ground. The white ball comes better onto the bat as the game goes on, as the day progresses. And the dew factor as well sometimes, kicks in. And now that we've come well into November, the winters have started in Mumbai, and that dew will definitely help the ball come better onto the bat. And lack of spin means lots of runs. The keeper's gone a few steps back for Shrey. Oh, and look at that length. Excellent. Playing from the crease, not a lot of foot movement there from Shrey. Trying to push the ball into the offside. Pratik Chitalia, standing at long on, has come inside the circle towards mid-off. Mid-wicket was on the boundary as well. And now immediate change in field. Seeing the ball outside off stump, he's sent extra cover on the boundary. Shrey. What a delivery. What a beautiful delivery. That is a peach of a delivery. Just look at that again. Well, the ball came back into the left-hander, bounced and pitched away. So, definitely a thought given by the bowler. Trying to make the most of the new ball here, the Supremos. Aditya to continue this time. Short of length delivery played into the onside towards the vacant mid-wicket region. He'll get a single, and he finally gets off the mark. It's been a brilliant start this for the Supremos. They've won the toss, elected to field first, and they've kind of put pressure here on the Rangers. They've not picked up a wicket yet, but the runs have been hard to come by for the Rangers. Simab. And look at that perfect length played with soft hands. Looking for a quick single, but he's been denied. The man at covers was well inside. And an economical over from Aditya. 2 gone, it's 6 without loss. It is going to be Vishal to continue. Short run up for him. Gets through the overs quickly. Here he goes again. Oh, Shrey has gone high in the air. Is this going to be caught? Oh, just over Pratik. Just over the man at mid-on. Went in the air for a long, long time. The man at mid-on was inside the circle. Always difficult running backwards. The fielder did really well to get to the ball in the first place. But Shrey definitely had the heart in his mouth because it wasn't a ball in his hitting zone. It was slightly towards the good length area. But Shrey went through with the shot. Could have easily gone into the hands of the fielder. But he's quite fortunate to have survived. 7 without loss. Simab. He's on strike. And that's the perfect angle to see the keeper right up to the stumps. The batter cannot get out of the crease to negate the swing. Played with soft hands towards the short third man region. Looking for a quick single. He's been denied. The man at short third man was right up to the edge of the circle. That could have been a single had Shrey taken the start, but a dot ball. Simab was almost halfway down. Thankfully, no damage done here for the Rangers. However, the Supremos have got the upper hand so far into the third over. Outside off stump takes the outside edge. Flashes and flashes hard. Chance of a run out of the strikers and direct it. Is that the first wicket? You bet it is. This time Shrey chose to take the run. And a direct hit from short third man, resulting in the first wicket for the Rangers and not the start that they were looking for. They've lost the dangerous Shrey in the third over itself. Bullseye from the man at short third man. There was a brilliant delivery outside off stump. Going for an expansive drive, Simab. And to make amends to the previous delivery, not taking a run, this time going for the run. Grounded his bat as well, but the brilliance of the fielder at short third getting the better of Shrey. The first wicket goes down and not in the manner that they were wanting. It's 7 for 1. The new player in is going to be the captain of the Rangers. It's Urvish, who's on strike now. Simab at the non-striker's end. Vishal to continue outside off stump, driven elegantly but straight to the man at extra cover. And that's well fielded. It's a good field set here. Everyone inside the circle on the offside. Mid-off covers, extra cover. Man at backward point and a short third man as well. Long on and deep mid wicket. The two fielders on the boundary for Urvish. Shaping the ball in to the right hander. This time outside off some, cut the ball beautifully towards backward point. But there is a man yet again. Will be another dot ball. This is the line and length that I was talking about. This is what Vishal offers with the new ball in hand. He hasn't got express pace, but he definitely has the knack to pitch the ball in the right areas. Something he's been doing constantly for the Jns Supremos year after year. Urvish goes into the onside. He's got plenty of bat on it, and that's the first 6 of this innings. And no surprises there. Cannot keep this man quiet for long. Was in his slot, and he gives it the full Monty. Bang! Over mid-wicket. There were 2 men on the boundary, long on and deep mid-wicket, but it did not matter. The power, the timing. Excellent bat speed as well. 6 runs. 3 gone. It's 13 for 1. Three overs, 13 for 1. Aditya will be continuing the 4th over. Here he goes. Oh, and there goes Sima. Pulls it away towards the mid-wicket region. Urvish wanted a single, but he was sent back. But the last thing that the Rangers want here is another run out. They've lost their key batter, Shrey, as he fell just short, courtesy a direct hit. But now is the time to build a solid base for your side. Crunch through the offside. There is a man at long off. Oh, and he's not got to the ball. There was a man in the deep. It did look like he had covered the ground, but unfortunately, the last minute, the ball just went through him. And that's a first boundary for Simab. Swinging away from the right-hander, and he presented the full face of the bat. Playing straight down the ground, something that he's known to do far often. Beautifully driven. And this time it's a good shout. It's a loud shout. But I reckon the ball was just straying down the leg side, and exactly indicated by the umpire as well. The quality of the umpiring in this year's School Dads Cricket Championship has been top-notch. You can see that the experienced umpires have not fallen under pressure and given erratic decisions. They've been very, very focused throughout the tournament so far. Aditya played down the ground towards the long off region this time. That's really well fielded by Pratik at long off. Was it down the ground? There was an opportunity to take a second because there was a slight fumble, but I think Simab and Urvish had made their minds to settle for 1. Fielder at long off, Pratik making amends for a small mistake that happened a couple of balls back. Outside off stump, that's in the air. Oh, just short of the man at point. Just falling short of the man at backward point. The ball was a bit uppish when it left the bat, but falling a few yards ahead of the man at backward point. Urvish, well, he's that kind of player that you want in the power play. Can play those aggressive strokes. Oh, that's well bowled. Excellently bowled. The ball jacked back in after pitching in and around the off stump, and half-hearted appeal. Nothing more. 18 for 1. Let's have a look at that elegant, exquisite cover drive by Simab. Just look at that. Wow. Full face of the bat. The man at covers had no chance. The man at long off Gave a long chase, but in the end he was not able to prevent the boundary. 18 for 1 at the end of 4 overs. Jns Rangers, they need a partnership here. Looks like a change in bowling as well. Probably looks like Kanav, who's being introduced into the attack. Yep, it's Kanav. Fantastic athlete, this guy. Seen him play all kinds of sports and represent JNS. Being successful in all sports, Kanav Hingorani. However, talking about the Dads Cricket Championship, he has the opportunity to flourish with the ball in hand. A medium pacer bowling in the power play. Simab on strike. Short ball outside off stump, trying to cut the ball, but straight towards the backward point region. Trying to dig it short. Simab batting on 7. That's punched off the back foot. He has found the gap, but the man at deep extra cover will cut it off. It's very important to bowl a perfect line when you're bowling in the power play, because there is little to no room for error for the bowlers, given the fact that only 2 fielders can be placed outside the inner ring. And if the power play goes in the way of the bowling side, you can assume that the rest 14 overs, they will be able to pull the run rate down. This time outside off stump, slashed hard, but yet again, fielder perfectly positioned for a shot like that. Going to be a single. The singles will not do any damage to the Supremos. They are pretty content with the fact that the ones are at offer. As long as the boundaries dry up, the Rangers will be looking to take those risks. 20 for 1. Kanav. Oh, that's well bowled. Flicked away into the onside. He's found the gap. The man at square leg and short fine leg went through them. And the line is so important when you're bowling in the power play. This time it was angled onto the pads, and Simab flicks it away. Look at that. The head was on top of the ball as he gets yet another boundary. Second of the innings for Simab. Kanav. That's much better. Outside off stump, driven down the ground towards the long off region. And it's good to see, the captain of the Supremos. He's set a field where the batters have no chance to get a boundary on the offside. There's a deep extra cover, there's a long off. So only if your bowler strays in line and bowls anything down leg is when he can be perished for a boundary. But otherwise, there's not much that the batters can do. Looks like a change in field now. Looking to get the extra cover fielder inside the circle, and the mid wicket has gone to the boundary. Need to adapt to different kind of batters. Mid off inside the circle as well. So long on and deep mid wicket now. The 2 fielders on the boundary for Urvish. Last ball of the 5th over. And that's well bowled. The slower delivery. Guided delicately towards the backward point region. No run. That's the end of the 5th over. It's 25 for 1. Aditya into his third over, the last over of the power play, and he struck gold for his side. A back of a length delivery. Simab trying to pull the ball away into the leg side. He saw the fact that the man was inside the circle at mid wicket and square leg, falling for the bait. And Aditya, a truly well deserved wicket. He's bowled phenomenally well. You can see the bowling figures here. Gave away just 7 runs in the 2 overs that he's bowled, and fantastic captaincy here from Pratik. Relying on his opening bowler, giving him the third over. And the last over of the power play, just look at that. The ball skidding through the surface and hits top of off. A magnificent sight for any fast bowler. The bails were dislodged and the time is up for Simab here. Huge wicket for the Supremos. 25 for 2. The new batter in is Jay. In at number 4, 25 for 2 the score. The last over of the power play. The keeper is a few steps back, so the batter standing outside the crease. Oh, that's a good delivery. Good delivery first up. Aditya oozing with confidence. The Supremos winning the toss, selecting to field first. Everything going their way so far in this game. Picking up a couple of wickets in the power play as well. Both the openers dismissed. And Jay now has got to play a very important role. Played with soft hands outside off stump. That will be a quick single and he'll get off the mark. Good running between the wickets. Great understanding by the pair. Urvish. Quick to cross over at the striker's end as well. Three balls remaining in the power play. Then we'll have a maximum of 5 fielders outside the ring. We'll give the bowlers a lot of cushion to work around. Oh, and a good delivery again. Played into the onside, looking for a quick single. And he'll comfortably cross over. The man at mid-on was right up to the circle. Aditya. Oh, that's well bowled. That's really, really well bowled. Asking for a wide Urvish at the non-striker's end, but the umpire. Sharp eyes. Look at that. In and around the off stump, swinging further away. And lets it go, Jay. Did not want to fiddle outside off stump. Last ball of the power play, 27 for 2. The Jns Rangers. Full toss. Flicked away into the onside. There is protection in the deep. And a single is all that they'll get. 6 overs have been bowled. It's 28 for 2 for the Rangers. The power play was in complete favour of the Jns Supremos. An eventful one, and certainly raises the stakes in the game for the JNS Rangers. 28 for 2 at the end of 6 overs. Looks like Varun is going to be introduced into the attack for the first time in the game. The power play is over. The field restrictions are lifted. You'll have more than 2 fielders outside the ring. Maximum of 5 is what they can have. Mid wicket inside the circle for Urvish. In fact, it's Jay on strike. So mid wicket covers a backward point and a short third man. The 4 fielders inside the ring. Deep extra cover, long off, long on, deep mid wicket and a deep backward square leg. 5 on the boundary. Varun. Good start. Very good start. Bang on money, the off spinner. Flatter trajectory, quicker through the air. The boundary on the onside is slightly shorter from the end from which Varun is bowling. So he needs to be very cautious with the flight that he offers to the batters, because they will go for the hits. Just like that. He's gone into the leg side. There is a man there. Oh, and it's gone over his head. The shorter boundary. Taking the full advantage. And a breakthrough shot here for Jay and for the Rangers. Slightly tossed up. Outside off stump played with the spin. The man at mid-wicket was a difficult chance. You cannot blame the fielder there. This time the quicker delivery, the straighter delivery. That's the space. That's the area where he needs to bowl. The ball going on straight with the arm. Look at that. Skids through the surface. The tinge of grass helping the off spinner. Good weapon to use in the middle overs. The quicker delivery. The arm ball. Again. Similar length. Nothing much that the batter can do about it. Because of the lack of turn, you want to play with the straight bat. Playing across can always be dangerous when there's not a lot of turn at offer. Look at that. Cuts the ball towards the backward point region. Looking for a single, but again will be sent back. So overall, if you think about it, it's been a decent over. 6 of the second delivery. 3 dot balls after that. 1 ball to spare. Can Varun finish the over well? Oh, certainly. Definitely he can. 6 runs of the over. So 7 gone. It's 34 for 2. I think that's the last delivery. Perfect line, perfect length. Played with the full face of the bat. A good, rare defensive stroke that you see in a T20 game. 34 for 2. Abhishek has been introduced into the attack, coming round the wicket. Oh, and that's a good start. The quicker delivery, the straighter one outside off stump going on with the arm. Abhishek. That's a good angle that he's created, honestly, bowling round the wicket. There's not a lot of turn at offer. He saw it in the previous over when Varun was bowling. And he's opted to come round the wicket. Not going to be easy to play across the line. And look at that. Look at that, bouncing in and around the off stump and going on with the arm. Slightly round armish. Abhishek, when he releases the ball, it's not the conventional off spinner's release. There he goes again. This time slogged away into the onside. There is a man in the deep. Should only be a single. And the batters are definitely trying their level best to up the ante. Trying to play those big strokes, but things haven't gone their way so far. The JNS Rangers lost Shrey early. Courtesy a beautiful direct hit from shot third man. And then Simab was cleaned up by Aditya in the last over of the power play. Abhishek to Jay. Outside off stump, he's been playing it really well into the onside. Jay, strong leg side player, should get a single. Short fine leg is inside the circle. There's a man at covers, point, and a shot third man. 4 inside the circle. Deep extra cover, long off, long on, deep mid wicket, and a deep backward square leg on the boundary. 36 for 2 in the 8th over of the innings. Outside off, cuts the ball away towards the backward point region. A slight fumble. They're looking for a single, and they shall get it. It was well bowled by Abhishek. Urvish just having a quick word with Jay, who's at the striker's end now. And Urvish is a very, very smart chap. He's led this team really well. Batting at 10. And that's the quicker delivery. Should be the end of the over. So 8 gone. Another economical over for the Supremos. It's 37 for 2. Eight overs have been bowled. It's 37 for 2. And, well, it's been quite remarkable the way Supremos have played so far this time. Varun into the onside, and Urvish tried to tuck the ball away into the leg side. Leg by is called by the umpire. 38 runs on board. It's not exactly where they would have wanted to be, or they would have liked the Rangers, but having lost 2 wickets, you need a partnership. You need the 2 batters to stick around till the 15th over at least, if not more. This time down the leg side. Is that going to be a wide? It's missed by the keeper as well. It's racing away towards the fence. The third man fielder has to give a long chase. But not before the batters will cross over for 2. Again, leg by is called by the umpire. .40 for 2 in the 9th over of the innings. Slogged away into the onside. How well has he hit it? Definitely in the gap, but will not get more than 1. The intent is there. That's something that I love to see. When any batter shows good positive signs to take the attack to the opponent. That's what Jay and Urvish have done. Urvish going down the ground. Well, is this going to be caught? Man under it. Oh, he's completely misjudged that. He felt that the ball would come to him, but the ball eventually falling way shorter than what he expected. Look at that. A good delivery by Varun that went on with the arm and took the bottom of the bat. Almost getting his first wicket in the game. Short ball pulled away. Well, it deserved the treatment that it got. Was a half tracker by Varun. And the intent shown by Jay. It's remarkable. Knew where the fielders were. Got the timing right, got the placement right. And a perfect result. 4 runs. Much needed boundary here for the JNS Rangers. They need plenty more of boundaries here. Last ball of the over. Again trying to go into the onside. This time the short mid-wicket fielder comes into play. And well, Varun did not like that, but a dot ball nevertheless. 9 gone. It's 46 for 2. So the 10th over of the innings. Before we move to the halfway point in the first innings. The score is 46 for 2 after 9. Abhishek, economical start for him. 3 in his first over. He'll bowl the 10th over. Fuller leg delivery played firmly down the ground. There is a man at long on. And you can see that the dusters are out. The hand towels are out. And the dew will play a major role in the rest of the game. Outside off stump. That one a bit too wide. Wide called by the umpire. And that's short and wide. Tried to cut the ball there, Jay. No connection between bat and ball. The ball is skidding through the surface. That round arm action of Abhishek is helping him a fair bit this time. Again trying to slog the ball into the leg side. The ball did not turn at all. Again going on with the arm. Completely missed it. Jay trying to target the leg side boundary. And this time he's got the toe end of the bat. Fortunately there was no one at short mid wicket. Played into the onside. Should only be one. You can see that Jay is trying to play the ball into the onside. He knows that the boundary on the leg side is much shorter than on the off. He also knows that this is the last over from the Combox end. Then we'll have a change of ends for the next 10 overs. Hence he's trying to get as many as he can. And Urvish on the other hand. A full toss into the leg side. And that's going to be 4. Cannot keep him quiet for long. Although it did not come off the beat of the bat, the placement was precise. And a low full toss that's been put away. The 50 comes up with a boundary. The low full toss did not come off the middle of the bat, but definitely was expertly placed between two fielders at square leg and deep mid wicket as he gets yet another boundary. Oh, and that's kept a little low, skidding through the surface. Ends the over the dot ball. 10 gone, it's 53 for 2. 10 overs have been bowled and we are back after a quick drinks break. It's 53 for 2 and change of ends now for the next 10 overs. Jay batting on 15 runs, Urvish on 16. The two have notched up a steady partnership here. They were 25 for 2 at one point in the power play. And now they've slowly and steadily cruised this ship to somewhat of a stability. However, Kanav is going to be continuing. Outside off stump, starts off with a dot ball. Slightly outside off stump, trying to cut the ball into the offside. Jay could not connect the ball. Oh, he slashed it this time. It's hit really well. Has it touched the ropes? Looks like the fielder did stop the ball eventually. Was very, very close to the boundary. Cushions outside off stump delivery. Jay trying to slash the ball into the offside. He found the gap. What looked like could have gone to the fence was eventually saved by the man at deep extra cover. Great effort. Only a single. And these are the small, fine margins that bring the momentum in your side. Had this gone towards the fence, it would have been a different sort of an over. But a single brings Urvish on strike. He goes down the ground. Firm hit. The field is widespread, so the boundaries have soaked up dry. And even though the batters are trying to play aggressively, they're only finding the men at the boundary. 55 for 2 in the 11th over of the innings. Kanav continuing. Man at deep third man, deep extra cover, long off, long on, deep mid wicket. Drives it firmly down the ground for another single. So they are taking the game forward with ones and twos. That's smart batting from these two batters. Urvish, the experienced Urvish with an extremely talented Jay. Notching up a solid partnership for their side. Have taken the risks when needed. The slow delivery, just rolling his wrists over it. Kanav, very, very smart here from the bowler. Not giving any pace whatsoever. Difficult to hit through the line on this pitch. The ball just held as it came towards the batter. Last ball. Oh, that's very well cut. Fiercely cut into the gap. Long chase for the man there, who does really well. They're looking for two. Chance of a run at the non-striker's end, but the throw did not have venom to inflict a run out. 11 gone. It's 58 for 2 for the Rangers. Eleven overs, 58 for 2. Another change in bowling now. Pritesh has been introduced into the attack. Well, the previous delivery was short and wide and deserved the treatment. Was put away towards the fence for 4. The man at backward point, sliding in, but could not get a hold of the ball. And a boundary to start off the 12th over. That certainly will put pressure on the bowler. Boundary of the first ball of any bowler's spell. Never easy to make a comeback. But Pritesh, he's got the quality, he's got the skill set. And look at that, very well bowled. This is what I was talking about, Pritesh. Calm and composed in pressure situations. 62 for 2. Not trying anything fancy here. The off spinner tossing this one up, played towards long on. Still have aggressive batters yet to come. Players like Shakti, Gokul. You've seen the rampage and havoc that they can create if they've been given a platform to do so. And that's exactly what Urvish and Jay are trying to do. Build the foundation, lay the foundation for your middle order batters. Oh, he's locked the ball into the leg side. Will this be caught? This will take some catching. And it's been put down by the man at point. He had to cover some distance to come towards the ball. He got under the ball all right, but could not give the end product to it. Outside off stump, that delivery. Urvesh trying to slog the ball into the leg side. He knew that his number was up, but fortune favouring him very, very well. And that is salt in the wounds of the bowler as a short pitch delivery has been pulled away to the leg side. And the man at deep mid-wicket. Well, he tried to put a foot out. Something you do not advise the outfielders. Very easily you can roll over your foot on the ball and that can create some severe injury to the fielders. But in that case, the ball just went under his foot towards the fence for 4. Pritesh, very unfortunate. Couple of misfields and a dropped catch in the first over itself. And this time it's been cut away. Diving effort. And it races away to the fence for 4. An expensive over this. 14 of the over. 12 gone. Fiercely cut for 4. 72 for 2. Played into the offside this time. Cut away by Urvish. And it's good to see they've identified the kind of approach that they want to take. Urvish looking for 1s and 2s. Playing those fields to perfection. Urvish at the non-striker's end. And Jay, on the other hand, with a lot of flair, taking the attack to the opponents. Varun into his third over. And he's been hit over covers. What a shot that is. The shot of the day so far. Presenting the full face of the bat. The man inside the covers was inside the circle. Man at covers was inside the circle and that was beautifully picked up. Just look at that. Elegant. One for the archives. For JP. Gets a boundary here. 34 the score for Jay. Game-changing innings this. Last couple of overs come in really handy. Again, he's flicked the ball into the leg side. There is a man at deep square leg. A long, long chase for him. And he does really well to keep it down to a couple of runs. Had to cover a lot of distance to get anywhere close to the ball, and putting a foot out at the last minute, saving 2 for his side. But suddenly the momentum has shifted in favour of the Rangers. They've got the runs that they needed. They've covered up for the runs not scored in the first 10 overs. Jay. Outside off stump, he cuts the ball. He cuts the ball into the gap and misses the fielder. Goes past the fielder at short third man. Races away towards the fence for 4. Was nothing wrong with the delivery. It was an immaculate delivery. This one was the ball played into the leg side, but the next one was cut towards the short third man region and evading the fielder. Once it had passed the infield, it was always going towards the fence for 4. Again, an aggressive stroke played. They'll run the first one hard, but don't think they'll get more than 1. Another very, very good over for the Rangers. 12 in the over. 1 ball to spare, and the hand towels are out. As I was saying earlier, the dew factor is playing its course in this first innings. The first 6-7 overs, you didn't see a lot of dew out there, but now, as the game has progressed, the dew has also played a huge role. This one, the quicker delivery, the shorter delivery, cut away towards the backward point region. A quick single taken and ends the over. 13 of it. It's 85 for 2 for the Rangers. Vishal has been reintroduced into the attack outside off stump, and Jay will be back on strike, batting on 41 of 31. He's played a gem of an innings today. An innings that he'll remember for a long, long time. He came under pressure in the power play when they were 25 for 2. Simab was out when he came into bat. He's batted oh so well. He deserves to get 250. Vishal. Well, outside off stump delivery played into the onside, running the first one out. Are they going to come back for 2? Urvish wants 2. But he's been denied a very good throw from the man in the deep. Excellently done. At long on, he covered a lot of ground to get close to the ball, and a rocket throw from the boundary to the bowler's end. Only 1. Vishal to continue. Urvesh goes into the onside. He goes down the ground. On the bounce. Only 1. Now the ball is coming better onto the bat, and that is something you'll see in the second innings as well. I think that's why the Supremos won the toss, elected to field first, knowing the fact that the pitch will get better as the game goes on. The first few overs will be a little bit tricky with the new ball in hand, and the grass helping the bowlers in the power play. But not anymore. Flicked away into the onside. Another single towards the deep. Supremos versus Rangers, both teams from Jns school dads. $89 for 2 in the 14th over of the innings. Urvesh slogs the ball for 6 runs. That's a huge hit. Over long on. Didn't even have to look at the ball as it left the bat. Crunched into the onside. The off cutter picked up the length really early and eventually picked the bones out of that stroke. Excellent timing, excellent power, and magnificent bat speed yet again by Urvish. It's his second six in this innings. Playing a captain's knock here. Goes down the ground. That's smart cricket. Oh, and that's misfielded. Well, thankfully, it fell closer to the fielder. 14 gone. It's 96 for 2. Well, Urvish is showing supreme confidence now as the innings has gone by. Change in bowling again. Abhishek has been reintroduced into the attack. 2 overs, none for 10. One of the more effective bowlers in this innings. 96 for 2. 6 overs remaining. Abhishek to Urvish. Oh, and Urvish. Urvish is unstoppable. Urvish has gone for 6 into the leg side, and Urvish has helped his team get to 100 in some style. Was outside off stump and he's slogged it away over long on for 6 runs. The 100 comes up for the Rangers. Amazing stroke. It's a long boundary on the onside which he had to clear. And Urvish, he's got a lot of muscle behind that stroke. This time he goes down the ground. Is this going to be taken? Is this going to be caught? But well, it was just a shout from the com box here. The ball was way short of to the man in long off. Only a single. Urvish racing towards 38. (103 for 2). Short third man point covers inside the circle on the offside. The momentum now swinging back in favour of the Rangers. They've kept wickets in hand. They've built up a solid partnership here. Can get to 160, 170 at this run rate if they keep scoring boundaries every over. Jay back on strike. Oh, he goes over cover. Again, one of the stronger areas of his game. That's very well fielded by the man at long off. Will get a couple of runs. Oh, that's been missed by the fielder. Are they going to get 3 here? Well, certainly they are missed by the bowler. Was thrown at the non-striker's end and Abhishek could not get his body behind the ball. Went through him for another extra run. I'm not too sure which batter would Abhishek like to bowl to, because Urvish is crunching the ball down the ground, whereas Abhishek is feeling the pressure. Jay, on the other hand, more delicate and batting with deft touch. So there's no player that he can choose to bowl to, because Urvish goes into the onside once again. There's a man there in the deep. Will fall a couple of yards short. Cut off in the end. Not before they come back for 2. Good running between the wickets. It's been a remarkable comeback after having their back spinned against the walls. They've slowly and steadily cruised the ship back at full speed now. 108 for 2 the score for the JNS Rangers in the 15th over of the innings. And this over as well proving to be a little expensive. 12 of the over with a couple of balls to spare. Quicker delivery outside off stump, and that's outside the tram line. Wide ball called by the umpire. 13 of the over. Another boundary here will take them in a better position, and that's exactly what's happened here. Urvish got the room, got the opportunity to open his arms, and he's picked his spot beautifully for 4. Moves into the 40s himself. Short and wide, and 2 men on the boundary on the offside, piercing the gap to perfection here. Moves to 44 now, 1 hit away from 50. 17 of the over. Not the over that the Supremos wanted, but definitely the over that the Rangers needed. Goes into the onside this time. Man in the deep. Will be a single. So 18 runs off the over. 114 for 2. Well, 15 overs have been bowled. It's 114 for 2, and now we are at that stage where the boundaries and sixes are going to come in heaps and bundles if these two keep going. Kanav brought back into the attack. Well bowled, Yorker length inside edge, and a quick single taken. Urvish moves to 46. Jay on 46 as well. 1 hit away from getting to a half century. Truly deserves to get there. In fact, both these batters, they've worked really hard at a time when the team needed the most. 115 for 2 the score. Short ball pulled away to the leg side. He's not got the timing. Will they get a couple of runs? Oh, they're running the second one as well. A good throw from the deep would have been touch and go, but Urvish was quick to run the first one. And only a couple of runs on that occasion. 117 for 2. In the 16th over of the innings. Slow delivery outside off stump. That's been cut away. It's into the gap. It's racing away towards the fence, and that's 50 for Jay. A remarkable innings. An innings of lot of courage and sheer temperament shown here by that man Jay. Gets to 50 with a boundary through the offside. Look at that shot. The man had shot third man had no chance whatsoever. An excellent knock here. Oh, that's down the leg side. That's down the leg side, and white ball called by the umpire. Kanav is just making a point that the ball was on course to hit the pads had he not shuffled, but line belonging to the umpire down the leg side. The new ICC rules have been updated recently, where the original stance of the batter will be taken into consideration, not the fact that he shuffled in. But on that particular case, the ball was actually going down leg. 122 the score. Trying to cut the ball this time under edge towards the backward point region. Only a single. Urvish outside off stump. Urvish overshot third man. And Urvish gets to 50. The captain leading his side from the front. Helping his team get to a respectable score here. Urvish gets 50 runs. Was outside off stump and he tried to slog the ball into the leg side. Took a leading edge, went over the fielder and shot third man. And like I said earlier, once it has gone over the infield, once it has crossed the infield, there is nothing that the fielders can do apart from getting the ball back from the cushions. And what a knock this is from the captain of the JNS Rangers. He was put into bat first when the team lost the toss. They were in deep trouble. But there has been a lot of inspiration shown here by Urvish. The slower delivery. Kanav ends the 16th with a dot ball. 127 for 2. That was the moment that Urvish got to 50. That's exactly how he did. Not in the most convincing manners, but the runs should come as long as they come. Showing the bat to his dressing room, showing the hand and a fist bump as he knows that the job is only half done here. 16 overs, 127 for 2, and looks like it's going to be Aditya, the most successful bowler throughout the innings for the Supremos. He's been brought back into the attack. If someone can get them back in the game, it's that man, Aditya. Gave them the perfect start in the power play. 3 overs, conceding 10 runs and picking up a wicket. Here he is again to Jay. Flicked away into the onside. Oh, it's in the gap. The ball is racing away towards the mid-wicket region. They will come back for 2. 129 the score. We are in the 17th over of the innings. 23 balls remaining precisely. How many more will the Rangers get? Something we'll have to wait and see. 160 is pretty much on the cards here. Cut away into the offside. Straight to the man at backward point. Very well fielded by Pritesh. Should only be a single. Well, I was talking about players like Gokul and Shakti yet to come. But if this is how they're going to bat, I don't really see the need of them ever coming out there in the middle. The running has been top-notch. The shot selection has been exceptional. Aditya. That's much better. That's much better. Keeping it away from the hitting zone of Urvish. Trying to go down the ground. The foot was not in line of the ball. Just look at that. Probably over cover would have been a better option for Urvish. But he's played an outstanding innings today. There's nothing wrong that he can do in the game so far. Yorker leg delivery. Expertly bowled by Aditya again. Played down the ground for a single. 4 runs of 4 deliveries. So continuing his purple patch here, Aditya. The only bowler who's had any sort of success for the Supremos so far in the game. Every other bowler has been taken for runs. Here he goes again. Slower delivery, Yorker length, played over cover. Oh, and look at the timing. 1 bounce 4. Was fuller in length, a Yorker length delivery. And you need amazing technique and solid timing to back that up. Look at that. Yorker opened the face of the bat. That was intentional. Over point. The man at deep extra cover was a mere spectator. He was nowhere close to the ball, nor was the man at point, who was inside the circle. Went over his head for 4. You're seeing the batting of highest quality in the Jfsc School Dats Cricket Championship. Pulls it away into the onside this time. Man there. Will cut it off. Are they going to go for 2? They are going to go for 2. Another very good over. 10 of it. And a magnificent spell by Aditya comes to an end. 4 overs, 1 for 20. 17 gone, 137 for 2. Let's look at that boundary again. The one that he hit over cover. It was really well played. Here he is. Outside off stump. Opened the face of the bat. Over point. Into the gap. And there's nothing much that the bowler can do about it. The execution was remarkable from Jay. And if this is how the Rangers are going to bat, they are serious contenders in the race for the title. Pritesh brought back into the attack, and that's outside off stump. Dot ball. Urvish trying to cut the ball into the offside. Good delivery here. Skidding through the surface and straight into the hands of the keeper. Dot ball first up. Pulled away this time into the gap towards the deep mid-wicket region. They'll run the first one hard. Are they going to come back for 2? Well, they are. They're taking the man on. And that's great running between the wickets. Couple of runs. Jay and Urvish. Fatigued, tired. But that's not deterred away their focus and their agility. Not even one bit. 139 for 2. Plays down the ground. How well has he hit it? There is a man there, but he won't be able to get to the ball. And in that process, he kind of overran the ball. But I know Kanav really well. Sometimes he does these things on purpose so that the batter looks to run off a misfield, and that's when he gets the better of the batters. But not on that occasion. Settling for 1. Jay back on strike. Flicked it away into the leg side. The short fine leg fielder giving a long chase. The deep square leg fielder coming towards the ball as well. Will it go towards the fence? I guess it will. Definitely it does. The runs are flowing now of the bat of these two. Slightly angled towards the leg side, and he flicked the ball beautifully. There was a man at square leg who was on the boundary, but he was nowhere near the ball. The short fine leg fielder giving a long chase, a valiant effort. But the ball was always going to win the race once it had cleared the infield. Score swiftly moving on towards 144 outside off stump. This time wide ball called by the umpire. Still 14 deliveries remain. 145 now the score. They can now target 170 as well, the way they are batting right now. Slower delivery outside off stump. That's much better. Pritesh changing the pace, pulling the length a little further back. Can he finish the over well? 8 runs of the over. Last ball. Slow delivery, and that's been swept viciously into the leg side. Are they going to go for 2? Oh, they are going for the second. A good throw. Is it good enough? Not quite. Taking the man on, taking the arm on, and coming back for 2. 18 gone. It's 147 for 2. Vishal to continue. Slow delivery outside off stump. That's been hit down the ground. It's high in the air. There's a man under it. Will he get the ball? Will he complete the catch? Oh, yes, he does. What a brilliant catch that is. Went miles in the air. And I think he's injured himself in the process. It's Kanav Hingorani, one of the better fielders at long on. But what a knock from Urvish. Magnificent knock from the captain. 147 the score. And Urvish is gone after a well-made half-century. Well, what an innings that was. The captain leading from the front. And it really took something special to get rid of him. That was a brilliant catch by Kanav running in. Never easy when the ball is falling short of you. And if it would have been any other fielder, I guess it would have fallen way shorter. And that's the difference that Kanav can bring to the table as a fielder in the outfield. He's one of the better fielders that you'll see in the circuit. And that brings Jem in, the new batter in. For a very long time, he's had his pads up. The body must have gotten colder, standing and waiting for his turn. Now that he's finally come out there in the middle, he'll look to make a difference for his side. Urvish, the captain, already doing the damage, getting to half century. Jay at the non-strikers end at 68. Jem in on strike. Oh, that's a play and a miss outside off stump. Looking for a wide, but it was inside the tram line. Well inside the tram line. 147 for 3. They have picked up a wicket at the right time, I guess, because the way Urvish was batting, could have cleared the boundary at will. Slogged into the leg side, slogged into the leg side. Just falling short of the man at deep square leg, who did really well. Had to make a decision of staying back. Could have gone for the catch as well, but had he missed the ball, it could have gone to the fence. So he chose the wiser call. of just giving away a single instead. 148 for 3 the score. 3 balls remaining, Vishal. It's been a magnificent over this. Just 1 run of it. Slow delivery, goes over cover. In fact, straight towards cover. And did that carry to Kanav. Was not an easy chance again, falling a little short in the end, I guess. We'll have a look at that again. Oh, that did carry. That did carry. How costly will it prove to be now? Jaimin goes down the ground. Straight towards long off. Should just be a single. So what an over this has been from Vishal. 3 runs, a wicket as well. The 150 comes up with that single. 150 in the 19th over. Jay must be having a couple of thoughts in his mind to go for the big hit or to take a single and keep strike. That's something we'll have to wait and see. Well, he chooses the latter. Punches it down the ground towards long off. He'll pick up a single. He'll keep strikes. So at the end of 19 overs, the score is 151 for 3 for the Rangers. Well, that was the catch that led to the dismissal of Urvish, but what a knock we've seen here from the 2 players out there in the middle. First Urvish getting to 50, and now it's Jay who's got a couple more deliveries. 6 of them precisely. It's Pritesh bowling the final over. And what a ball first up. The one that skids on with the armour dot ball. 151 for 3 the score. Slow delivery. And well, that was an enticing delivery. A delivery that kind of invited the batter to go for the big hit and was well outside off stump in my opinion. Had he left it, could have been a wide as well. But backing his ability to clear the fence, Jay there only gets a single. He wanted 2, but I think Jaimin will now have an opportunity to swing the ball. He tries to flick the ball into the leg side. He came across, hit the back pad, and the finger was up straight away from the umpire. Was in line of the stumps, and Pritesh in this last over is kind of swinging the pendulum back in the favour of the Supremos. The Rangers, looking on course to get to 170 at one point, are now struggling to get to 160. Shuffled way across into the offside. Jaimin trying to flick the ball into the leg side. He's a good batter, Jaimin. But today, could not have that big impact that he usually has. And an important wicket here from Pritesh. He's bowling a gem of a spell here. The first spell, the first over that he bowled went for 14. But since then, it's made a brilliant comeback for his side. New batter in is Siddharth. Tries to slog the ball into the leg side. He'll run the first one hard. Are they going to come back for 2? Well, they should run back for 2 comfortably in the end. Gets a couple of runs here. 154 the score. Couple of balls remaining as well. How many more are they going to get? Tossed up delivery. Oh, that's a juicy full toss. Could not manage to clear the boundary there. Only a single is what he'll get. So the last ball of the innings. 155 for 4. The JNS Rangers, can they get to 160? The final ball of the innings. And no better batter than Jay to be on strike. He's punched it away into the offside. I think he'll only get a single. And he'll remain not out on 72. What a knock this has been from Jay. 72 not out. in a crunch situation for his side. 156 is what they get. 10-12 runs short to what they should have. At one point, they were looking on course to get to 170, but 156 is what they managed. 157 will be the target for the Supremos. But take a bow. Jay gets his team to a respectable score. And he'll remain not out for 72. Played a few classy shots in this innings of 72. He'll be welcomed with a huge round of applause and appreciation by his teammates. Let's have a look at a few strokes that he's played in this innings. Starting from that first aggressive six that he hit over mid-wicket. And since then, there was no stopping the guy. Got boundaries, sixes. Outstanding innings. Well, we are back here for the run chase. 156 is what they got. 157 the target for the Supremos. First ball. And straight away, rocking onto the back foot. Oh, what an effort. What an effort there. Saving 3 runs for his side. On strike was Manan Gandhi, rocking onto the back foot. Simab slightly short in length. And he picked up the length really early. That was a great effort. Man at long on, conceding only 1. Rahul Agarwal, the batter, was now on strike. Outside off stump, that one skidding through the surface. There's not a lot of turn here, as we've seen throughout the first innings as well. And as the game has gone forward, the dew has also played a major role. Good to see a slip in place as well. Simab, experienced bowler. Oh, and there's the turn. There's the turn. We spoke of turn. And there it is. Right on cue. Gripping and spinning away. Well, Simab Khan has all the experience and the skill set that there is to offer. Quick to dislodge the bails. But I get the foot was intact. Rahul Agarwal survives. He's an aggressive batter, Rahul. There's a reason why he's been sent up at the top of the order. Today is going to be a different kind of a game plan for him. Not a huge total that they're chasing. 157 is the target that's been set by the JNS Rangers, courtesy of a couple of half centuries. The captain Urvish getting 50 and 72 not out for Jay. Here goes Simab again. Rahul tucks the ball away into the leg side. That will be his first runs in this innings. Long on the boundary. As well as a deep square leg. The 2 fielders outside the inner ring for Simab Khan. In fact, the long off has now gone to the boundary. Square legs in. Cuts the ball off the back foot, looking for a quick single, but he's been denied. Manan Gandhi. Economical start here for the Rangers. They've got a couple of very good spinners in their side. First one being Simab and the other one is Gokul Patel. These two can really run through the batting order of any side. Oh, and that's well bowled. He was shaping up for the shorter one. But the one Simab bowled right now was the flipper going through with the arm. That's the end of the first over. It's 2 without loss for the Supremos. Target of 157 that's been set for the JNS Supremos after Supremos won the toss, elected to field first. And now in this run chase, the first over, conceding 2 runs, Simab, who's going to be the next bowler. It looks like it is Urvish, the captain himself. Cannot keep him out of the game for long. The power play means only 2 fielders outside the ring, one of which is deep third man and the other looks to be long on. Square leg, short mid wicket and long on the leg side. Urvish to start off, and that's been pulled away. Rahul Agarwal, aggressive batter, talented batter. He will get his first boundary of the innings, slightly straight in line, and Agarwal does not need a second invitation to take the attack to the opponent. Back of a length delivery, angled towards the leg side, and he had to guide the ball past the man at backward square leg inside the circle. Four runs. time outside off stump and wide ball called by the umpire. Urvish naturally likes to swing the ball into the right-hander. An in-swing bowler on that occasion tried to swing the ball further away, resulting in a wide ball. Siddharth at mid-off will be having a quick word with his captain before Urvish goes again. Here he goes. Tucks it away into the onside. That'll be another quick single taken. Rahul Agarwal. Well, it's a very good opening pair of these two. Manan and Rahul, the two batters out there in the middle. Manan on strike. Oh, and that one was a very good delivery. Very, very well bowled by Urvish. Slightly back of a length delivery. The ball just kicking off the turf once it bounced. Just look at the bounce there. Some extra bounce off the turf, off the surface. And that's something that you see quite often at the Fatima Cricket Ground, because the first few overs really helped the bowlers. And, well, after the power play, it's probably a batter's paradise. Smartly pushed away into the onside by Manan. He's a very busy cricketer, Manan. He does not like to hold himself back and anchor the innings. He's that sort of a player who likes to play the aggressive strokes. He's played some big knocks in his career. When you talk about the school dads cricket, he's played some crucial knocks, top of the order as well. Agarwal on strike. Full toss, hit firmly into the onside. There is a man in the deep. Should just be the one. So it's looking like a cautious sort of a start here for the Supremos. They're not taking a lot of time in settling. They're just going for the shots when they get the opportunity. And that's the way to bat here. The first 6 overs, if you can get to 45-50, you're already in a very good position. The 8 overs of the two spinners, Simab and Gokul, are going to be extremely crucial. If you talk about the Rangers and their perspective. Urvish outside off stump, he's cut it away towards backward point. Slight fumble from the man at the backward point. They should get a single, nothing more than one. Good backing from the man at deep third man. So at the end of 2 overs, the score is 11 without loss. Two overs have been bowled and it's 11 without loss. Some adjustments to the field, and immediately you can see the other spinner Gokul as well into the attack, bowling in the power play, looking to put pressure on the Supremos batters. Manan on strike. Oh, and that's immediately paddled away towards the short fine leg region. There is a man there who will cut it off, but innovation, creativity and self-belief here by Manan. Really well done. Oh, and he's cleaned him up. Gokul Patel does not take a lot of time to strike first blood for his side. Pitched in line. Missed by the batter. And hits timber. The first wicket falls. And a crucial wicket for the Rangers. As Rahul's got to go back to the hut. Was looking positive, was looking promising. But not for long. Gokul cannot keep him out of action. Likes to bowl stump to stump. Does not give the batter any room to work with. That one bouncing and skidding through the surface as the first wicket goes down. 12 for 1. The new man in at number 3 is Lavesh. 12 for 1 the score. Well, I think they need to be very, very cautious with the shot selection. The power play is the time to make the most use of the field restrictions, but not at the cost of playing across the line, and especially not at the cost of playing against the merit of the ball. There is a man at deep mid-wicket for Lavesh along with a long off in position. Catching covers, extra cover, point and shot third man as well. First ball, bang on money as always. Gokul Patel does not miss the mark that often. He's known to bowl stump to stump, and what a move this was from the captain. Bringing on Gokul. Over number 3. Oh, that's a good delivery, quicker delivery. And, oh, it's a chance for a run out as well. What was Lavesh doing? It came off the pads. There was a loud shout by the bowler, the keeper, the man at covers as well. But Lavesh saw an opportunity to sneak a single away. Manan was clear in his call. Could have been curtains for Lavesh had there been a direct hit. Again, a very good delivery and half a shout once again. What an over this is turning out to be. Over number 3 certainly put pressure on the Supremos. A huge wicket of Rahul Agarwal followed by 3 dot balls back to back. Last ball remaining. .157 the target. Mid-off being brought inside the circle. Gokul always thinking one step ahead as to what he wants to do as a bowler. Long on goes back. He's led few teams in the past. Gokul knows how to captain a side, and what an end to the over. Another dot ball. So 3 gone. It's 12 for 1. And now the Supremos need to notch up a solid partnership here. Three overs, 12 for 1. Looks like it's going to be the captain Urvish to continue his spell. That's good captaincy as well from Urvish. You have to give it to him. He knows that he needs to get through the power play as quickly as he can. 3 overs, only 12 runs scored. This is the time to take that gamble and go for another wicket. But at the same time, we want to make sure that you don't use out your premium bowlers, Simab and Gokul. A smart captaincy from Urvish. There's a man at deep point and a deep third man. So the line and length is pretty self-explanatory. It's going to be something outside off stump. Taking a while to set the field. He wants to get it perfect here. Does Urvish. It's one thing I've noticed in the School Dads Cricket Championship is that the players, they take their sweet time and they assess the game before anything goes in action. This time tucked away into the onside for a quick single. They like to take their time, these players. They want to not rush into making decisions that they would regret. Hence, sometimes it does break the momentum for the opponents, but that's just something that is allowed well within the rules of the game. Urvish to continue. Lavish. It was in his slot. He's gone in the air. Not got the timing right. Should be a couple of runs. Well fielded. I think it was Shrey on the boundary. Mid-off was inside the circle. Covers was quite forward as well. So a couple of runs over the infield. First signs of aggression from Lavish. He gets off the mark. That is exactly how you need to approach this run chase. Quick runs in the first few overs will kind of set the tone. But Urvish is always up for a challenge. Oh, that's very well bowled. That almost kissed the outside edge. Great line. Even better length. Almost squaring the batter up there. Really well bowled. Once again, Urvish cannot keep him out of the game for long. As a batter, he's contributed. And now with the ball, trying to make the most of this opportunity. Slashed. Straight towards backward point. Oh, that's well fielded. Although they'll get a single. Was well fielded. The man at backward point had to be very aware of the fact that the ball was cut really hard. Got his body behind the ball and saving at least a couple of runs, if not more. Score is 16 for 1. 3.4 overs in this innings. 157 the target, a modest score. Notched up by the Rangers. Manan on strike. Oh, and he's tried to be a little cheeky there. Tried to barrel the ball away towards the vacant fine leg region, but went over the stumps. The thought was right. The execution not quite at the moment. But you can see that Manan is trying to do something out of the ordinary, and that's the way he plays. That's his brand of cricket, which has paid dividends for the Supremos in the past. Here goes Urvish again. Oh, and he's gone into the leg side. What a shot that is. Brilliant shot from Manan Gandhi. He'll end the over with 4. The end of 4 overs. It's 20 for 1. And that's a boundary that will give him immense confidence. Everyone was inside the circle on the onside, and that was the perfect opportunity to play the aerial route, to take the aerial route. And he gets 4 for himself. 4 overs, 20 for 1. Looks like it's going to be Gokul Patel to continue. Bowled a fantastic first over. 1 run, 1 wicket of it as well. He'll be looking to make the most of it now that he's been given his second over in the power play. No slip in place. But I think the larger goal is to restrict the flow of runs. Long on and deep mid-wicket. The 2 fielders on the boundary on the leg side. Square leg inside the circle. 6 on the offside. Gokul to Lavesh. Outside off, slashed away into the gap. The ball is gone past the infield and it's racing away towards the fence for 4. A first boundary for Lavesh. And hopefully first of many. If you are a fan of the Jns Supremos, that one was slightly short in length. He waited for the ball, rocked onto the back foot and he cut it beautifully between point and backward point. It's a packed offside field. Mid-off inside the circle, there's a covers, which is now come back to the circle. Extra cover, point, backward point and a shot third man. That's much better from Gokul. Play into the onside towards long on. Should just be the one. It'll be interesting to see what field does he set to Manan now. Manan will look to play with the field, seeing that long on and deep mid wicket are on the boundary. Goes into the onside. He's got good timing on it, but not quite in the gap. Only a single for Manan. Still another over left in the power play after this one. The score 26 for 1. Lavesh doing a fantastic job here. Lavesh at number 3, given the responsibility to play the anchor role, which is a huge task. Outside off stump, Yorker length, played towards the backward point region, well fielded by Shrey. Will be a dot ball. Gokul saw that the batter was trying to step down the ground and he pitched it further in the arc of the batter. Yorker almost outside off stump. Still a couple of balls remaining and you can see that the duster is out, the hand towel is out, the dew factor causing some trouble to the bowlers. It's locked away into the onside as he found the gap. Oh yes, he has. It's gone through the legs of the fielder at long on. That should have been stopped. That's another boundary, the second boundary of the over. There's not much that Gokul can do about it. It was a good delivery away from the hitting zone, as you can see in this replay as well. Was outside off stump and from there he swung his bat into the leg side, went under the feet of the man at long on. I think it was a captain there, Urbish, usually one of the better fielders in the side. But on that occasion he was a bit unfortunate to have not got his foot onto the ball. That's a slower delivery. That's beautifully bowled. Tossed up in the air outside off stump and Lavesh lets it go. 5 gone. It's 30 for 1. Five overs, 30 for 1. Looks like it's going to be Simab reintroduced into the attack. 30 for 1 the score. And the last over of the power play. You want your experienced bowlers to take the command when there's pressure. The last couple of overs going for a few runs. And that's why the captain has brought back his main man, Simab. Just the 1 over for him in this game so far. Here he goes. Oh, and he's got him immediately. Simab Khan. What a brilliant change by the captain. Bringing on his talisman, the wicket taker, the partnership breaker. And the third wicket goes down. That ball was always going to be coming back to the right-hander. Simab is known to play with the minds of the batters. That one was the one that goes on with the arm, coming back in. And, well, Manan was caught on the crease. You can see that, expecting the ball to just halt as it pitches, but Was not the case. The third wicket goes down, and probably one of the biggest wickets for the Supremos, as their main man has gone back to the hut. 30 for 2. And in walks the man who everyone in the Supremos dugout looks up to, the captain, the leader of the Jns Supremos, Pratik Chitalia, in at number 4. Both the openers back into the hut. Both the spinners getting a wicket apiece. Gokul taking the wicket of Rahul Agarwal first. And then it was Simab who went through the gate of Manan Gandhi. Here is Pratik. What a delivery. What a delivery. That one spun away from the right-hander, the conventional leg spinner. And I think he's the only spinner here who can get any sort of turn on a pitch like this, where it's a paradise for any batter. Look at that. Clean action. High release point. As they say, 11 o'clock is where he releases the ball from, and well kept, the wicket-keeper as well. Fine work behind the stumps. Oh, that's another very good delivery. And that's good to see there's a slip in place as well. I'm in awe of both the captains. The way they've tactically taken field. And now I can see another slip coming. Well, is this T20 cricket? A gully sort of a position, which will not be visible to the screen. Now it is. Third slip of sorts, I guess. That is the position. 2 on the leg side and 7 on the offside. Long on, long off on the boundary. Mid wicket inside the circle on the leg side. 2 slips. Point, backward point. Extra cover, cover, long off. What a delivery. Played with soft hands towards extra cover. Looking for a quick single. That's good running between the wickets. Pratik Chitalia playing with soft hands, and he was up and running as soon as the ball left the bat. Gets off the mark. The second slip goes out now for Lavesh. Looks like they still will have a slip in place. Jamin, the man at first slip. It is the power play. Well bowled, well bowled. Tossed up, inviting the batter to try and hit him over the top, down the ground, but that was not the case. Lavesh is controlling himself, holding himself back. He wants to anchor the innings here. He needs to anchor the innings for the Supremos. Last ball of the power play. Back to the bowler, and Simab takes him, gets him. 2 wickets in the over. The last over of the power play turns out to be the best over of the power play for the JNS Rangers. And Simab, a man who does not put any foot wrong when he's got the ball in hand. He's picked up yet another wicket. 2 wickets in the over. And in complete control of the game are the JNS Rangers. The Supremos reeling at 31 for 3. That delivery was quicker through the air, spinning just enough to take the leading edge. And Simab completing the catch comfortably. 31 for 3 at the end of the 6th over. So Vishal has been brought into the attack at the end of the power play. Oh, that's a good shout. That's a very good shout. But I think it came off the bat. Immediately shows his hands up. And that's Vishal and his sportsmanship at the highest. What a start from Vishal. Tossed up delivery. I think it came off the bat. Rightly called by the umpire as well. And well, in other news, the next ball has been swept away by Pratik towards the square leg region for 4. Was a tossed up delivery down the leg side and he got down on one knee. Head aligned with the ball. And he gets his first boundary in the innings. Well played stroke into the leg side for 4 runs. Let's see that again. Tossed up down the leg side. Knew where the fielders were. There was a man at deep square leg, but nowhere close to where the ball was hit. Gets a boundary for himself. Here goes Vishal again. Oh, that's well bowled. Let's it go, Pratik. Dot ball. Good game going on here. Both the JNS sides. A game for both the teams to give their best. Outside off stump, Yorker length and just inside the tram line, I guess. Pratik Chitalia did not offer any shot to it. So it's going to be yet another dot ball. It's been a good over now this by Vishal. Was hit for a boundary early on, but the runs have ceased. After a while, this time outside off stump that's been cut away towards the point cover region, in fact. And they will cross over for 1. That's good running between the wickets. Quick to react. Both these batters, Pratik and Varun now, who's come on strike. Short ball played with soft hands and he'll get off the mark with the single. So Vishal's over comes to an end. A calculative sort of a start here for Varun. As 7 overs have been bowled, it's 37 for 3. Looks like another introduction into the attack. Jaimin will be bowling the next over. Medium pacer. 7 overs, 37 the score for the loss of 3 wickets. Varun and Pratik. 2 players out there in the middle. Jaimin for the first time in this game. Good delivery. Tucked away into the leg side looking for a quick single. There's a man at mid-wicket but won't be able to prevent the batters from crossing over. Well, they need plenty more of those boundaries every over. Pratik Chitalia, the captain of the Supremos, is out there in the middle. That's a good sign for the Supremos, but can he inflict damage on the Rangers? It's well bowled, opens the face of the bat towards the short third man region and quickly crosses over for 1. When you talk about the Rangers, they will not mind them taking those singles. The boundaries have seemed to dry up. That's exactly what the Rangers want. Stop the flow of runs and force the batters to take those risks and play those big strokes. Varun Sabu on strike. well bowled, very well bowled. Slower delivery, pushed away into the offside, and another single taken. These two are very good runners between the wickets, so that's something that the Rangers need to take a note of. Quick to run the first one always. Pratik on strike. Down the leg side, and that's going to be a wide. Jamin slightly trying to angle the ball towards the pads and a bit too straight on that occasion. Wide called by the umpire. Jamin. Well, it's a good shout. A very good shout, but guess the ball was just straying down the leg side. Oh, Pratik, what was he doing? Did not take the run. Leg by is called by the umpire. Varun wanted a quick single. He was through at the non-striker's end, from the non-striker's end, and Pratik was, I guess, ball gazing there. Look at that. It's in the center of the pitch. Direct hit would not have been any issue because Varun was already well past the crease. And that's a good shot over cover. Over point. It's into the gap. The ball is racing away towards the fence. Is that going to be a boundary? Well, I think he has stopped the ball. I think he has stopped the ball. 3 runs at least. But I guess the umpire has indicated a boundary. Was not too sure what exactly happened there. The umpire says that it was 4. Just look at that again. Side on angle that was played over point. The man at point was inside the circle. The man at deep extra cover with a long chase. Did get a foot to it, but good decision by the umpire there. There's a slow delivery. There's an appeal. Wide called by the umpire. Well, Jamin was a loud shout. Guess he thought that it did come off something, but the umpire didn't. Last ball of the over. Last ball. Short pitch delivery. Tries to pull the ball away. Goes over the keeper's head. Barely misses the stumps. Barely misses the helmet, in fact. Apologies there. Goes towards the fence for 4. And the 50 comes up for the Supremos to end the over. Bouncer. Dug in shot. Leading edge and just missing the helmet behind the keeper. Would have been bonus runs had it touched the helmet. 5 penalty. Eight overs, 51 for 3 the score. We'll have a look at that boundary that Varun scored. Went over point. Was in the gap. Was racing away towards the fence. The man at deep extra cover with a long chase. He got a foot to it. But I think he was also touching the ropes at the same time. So hence a boundary was given at the time. Expensive over the previous one. A couple of boundaries in that over. 14 runs coming off the last over. However, Vishal will continue. 8 overs, 51 for 3 the score. Vishal into his second over. Pratik Chitalia on strike. Tucked away into the onside. Are they going to go for 2? Pratik has slipped. Good throw. Good throw. The man on the boundary. Slingshot of a throw there. Only a single. Varun is on strike. Tossed up delivery. Oh, it's sliding down the leg side. They will get a single leg byes. Was tossed up high in the air. We'll wait for the umpire's indication. Was it off the bat? I think it was. No signal. Vishal to continue. That's well bowled, but it's come off the pads. The ball is racing away towards the fine leg region. Should be at least a couple, if not more. Long chase for the man at short fine leg as they get a couple of runs. Leg by is called by the umpire. Vishal tosses that one up. It's a leading edge. Just over cover. Clears the gap. Should be a couple of runs. Siddharth will cut it off as they come back for 2. 57 for 3 the score. Well, that's just close to the tram line. We'll wait for the umpire's call. What does he have to say about that? Bye is called by the umpire. Still a ball remaining in the over. Varun was asking for a wide, but I think it was inside the tram line. 58 for 3 the score. Last ball of the over. Very well bowled by Vishal. Slower through the air. Ends the over with the dot ball. Showing his experience time and again, this guy. 9 gone. It's 58 for 3. With outside off stump this time, an inside edge towards the short third man. In fact, the short fine leg region will result in a single. Pratik Chitalia, the 10th over of the innings. We're almost at the halfway point in the second innings now. And the score is 59 for 3. Still a lot of cricket to be played in the game. The first innings we saw 10 overs. They were 53 for 2. From there on, they got 156 to defend. Now 157 the target. Jamin to continue outside off stump. Slashes hard into the gap. Slight misfield from Shrey. Will be a couple of runs. Does really well to recover. Making a mistake is one thing, but giving your best after the mistake has happened is of utmost importance. That's exactly what he's done. Over 9 and over required now. It's a huge task ahead of them. The Supremos need to get boundaries time and again. Jamin to continue. Oh, good delivery. Good delivery. This is where he needs to bowl. This is the line and length. Need to stick to the basics here. Yorker outside off stump. That's been slashed into the gap. Just falling short of the man at point. Well fielded. A single is what they get. Guess it was Jay at backward point. Pratik Chitalia. 62 for 3 the score in the 10th over of the innings. Couple of balls and we'll have a quick drinks break where the teams can get their strategies and combinations back again. Outside off stump has been played into the onside now for a single. Last ball of the 10th over. Here he goes. Outside off stump that's been played towards the covers region. And it's a run out chance at the striker's end. Oh, Simab. A misfield there. Well, a clean pickup would have been game over for one of the two batters, but they both survive. And a much needed drinks break is going to be called upon. At the completion of 10 overs, the score is 64 for 3. Start off the 11th over and straight away driven elegantly into the offside for a single. The change of ends now. 93 needed of 60 deliveries. That is not a daunting task. If you have wickets in hand, everything is possible in the game. That should be what the focus must be for the Jns Supremos. Vishal, change of ends for him. It's going to be continuing. Oh, that's well bowled. Played with soft hands for a quick single again. This is really good bowling from Vishal once again. In the right areas, in the right channels. Putting pressure on the batters. The runs have soaked dry. In this game, this time a short pitch delivery pulled away into the onside as he got the gap. Well, not quite straight to the man in the depot. They're going for the second as well. The throw at the keeper's end. Is it a good throw? Was a good throw, but the batters were really, really quick to cross over. .68 for 3. Varun batting on 19 here in the 11th over of the innings. This time outside off stump driven firmly just past the man at covers. There is protection in the deep. Should be another single there. Couple of balls remaining in the over. 69 for 3 the score. That's it firmly into the onside. Oh, he's got the gap. There is a man at deep square leg. They should come back for 2. Oh, that's going to be touch and go. The throw was a bit wayward. Had that been slightly more accurate, Pratik would have found himself in all sorts of trouble. Six runs in the over. In fact, 7 in the over, 1 ball to spare. Oh, and he's got him. He's got him on the last ball of the over. Pratik Chitalia. The captain's got to go back to the hut. Was looking perfect out there in the middle, Pratik, the way he was batting, but he's gone through the gate. As Vishal tossed that one up. Pratik trying to go down the ground for a big hit, but he did not get anything on it. Wicket number 3. In fact, wicket number 4 here. Vishal gets his first. And at the end of 11 overs, the score for the Jns Supremos, 71 for 4. So the player who made the difference with the bat has now got the chance to make a difference with the ball as well. It is JPJ who has been introduced into the attack. Abhishek at the non-striker's end. First ball, Yorker length outside off stump, and they'll scamper across for a single. Well, that wicket of Pratik Chitalia. It's a huge, huge blow in the context of this encounter, because Pratik was that one batter who, when he gets going, seemingly unstoppable. Today wasn't the case. Tried his level best, but sadly he's perished, leaving the pressure on Abhishek and Varun. This time outside off stump, a play and a miss. Really well bowled once again. Jay is doing a fantastic job with the ball in hand. Tossing the ball up, inviting the batter to play the big strokes. This one, the quicker delivery. Again, a play and a miss. Was well bowled. Look at that again, going on with the arm. Not a lot of turn there for Jay. Oh, and this time again, a play and a miss. Looking for a quick single. Buys should be the indication from the umpire, as there was no bat on it. Jay will continue. Over number 12 this. Down the leg side, and wide ball called. Very well kept. Angling onto the pads. Can he get a wicket here, Jay? He is in search of one. Well bowled. Very well bowled. Pulling the length back. Are they going to go for two? Well fielded. And that's a run out chance as well. Is he out? Oh, I think he's out. That was excellent fielding. Who's the man there? Was it Jamin? Was it Gokul? We'll find out shortly, but that does not matter. Another wicket has fallen. Half the side back in the hut. It was Jamin. There was excellent athleticism shown there. Diving to his left. Was a good delivery to begin with. Cut away really well by Varun. Abhishek completed the first run, coming to the striker's end. And that dive. Look at that. Man. Excellent. A good throw as well. Right next to the stumps. Good collection and a fantastic piece of fielding, resulting in an effective run out now. $75 for 5. The new batter in is Navratan, and he's on strike. Well bowled, tucked away into the onside, looking for a quick single. Run out chance again at the non-striker's end. A direct hit would have been another run out. Overthrows there, and that's well backed up on the boundary, as a couple of runs is what they get. Flicked away into the onside. Jay trying to get to the ball, but the man at mid-wicket, who was that? I think it was Urvish. Oh, and he'll be a little gutted, the fact that he could not get that run out. Good backup. Ends the over again. 12 gone, 77 for 5. Vishal looking to bowl his spell out. Tossed up, Varun goes down the ground. Man there. Will not carry a few bounces. Siddharth on the boundary. Will be a single again. Now that the pressure is exceedingly high in the game over the Jns Supremos, is there a miracle of sorts that we will be witnessing today at the Fatima Cricket Ground? Short ball cut away by Navratan. That's well fielded. Run out chance at the non-strikers end. Oh, direct hit again. Would have been a close call. That was well fielded. I think it was Jay. Been in the thick of things today. One hand pickup. He tried his best to inflict the run out, but he could not. This time he goes down the ground. That's a firm hit towards long on. Well fielded. Gokul Patel. Thirteenth over of the innings, and looks like the Supremos need a miracle of sorts. This time he swept the ball. How well has he hit it? He's got some bat on it at least, but I think he'll only get one. Only one there. Vishal is into his fourth over. Couple of balls remaining in the spell. Been an economical one. Another dot ball. Varun rocking on the back foot, trying to cut the ball there. Last ball for Vishal in this spell. Bowled terrifically well. It's gone in the air. Can this be a wicket? Oh, not quite. Falling well short of the man on the boundary. So he'll finish with figures of 1 for 22 at the end of 4 overs, and really kept the batters at bay. End of 13, 82 for 5. Jay will be continuing. There's still a lot of bowling options here for the Rangers. They've not opted for them so far. Oh, the reverse sweep. The reverse sweep. That was the attempt, but I think the leg stump's gone out. Not sure what Varun was thinking there. He tried to go with the switch hit, and Jay gets a wicket to his name. A day that was always going to be a merry, merry day has become even better for Jay. There was An attempted reverse sweep there. Getting the leg stump. Another wicket falls. And with that, I guess, the hopes of the Supremos have become even more slimmer. The new batter in is Kanav Hingorani. He's coming to bat at number 8. Usually comes a little higher. I guess the injury in the first innings was one reason why he came low down the order this time. Drives it into the offside, gets off the mark. And yes, he has hurt his left arm. I don't know if it's the arm or the finger, but looks to be in some distress there. Navratan is going to be on strike. Jay to continue. Oh, well bowled. Quick single taken though. Tucked away into the offside, and the batters will cross over for one. A lot of dew out there in the middle. Would be causing some trouble to the bowlers now. But it has become a better pitch to bat on, that's for sure. It's well bowled, cut away really well into the offside. That's a diving effort, but the ball will race away towards the fence. A desperate dive there in the deep. Could not stop the boundary for his side. It was a very, very good stroke. First of the innings for Kanav. And hopefully first of many. Supremos. They're still not out of the game yet. Still plenty to play for them. .88 for 6. Jay continues. Again a play and a miss. That's really well bowled by Jay. And Kanav, where he's fighting through the pain. Look at the commitment of that man. Oh, he goes into the offside once again. Has he got the boundary? No, he is not. A single is all that he'll get, and he'll keep strike. So 14 have been bowled. It's 89 for 6. Simab has been brought back into the attack. 2 overs, giving away 3 runs and picking up 2 big wickets in the power play. And here he is. First ball outside off stump, and Kanav trying to go over the infield on the offside. Play and a miss there. Was a good shout, but going down leg, says the umpire. Yes, no sort of a situation. But they do comfortably cross over for 1. Navratan on strike. Cuts it away into the gap. Well, that's very well placed. It's pierced the gap between point and short third. It's a diving effort by Jamin, but we'll wait and see what the umpire thinks of it. Is that going to be a couple of runs or more? .92 for 6. Stuck the ball into the onside this time. Oh, that's well bowled. Really well bowled. Looking for a quick single again. They'll comfortably cross over for 1. Simab, 1 ball to go in this over. Can he finish the spell really well here? That's gone over covers. And that's gone for 6. What a shot that is from Kanav. Against the run of play here. But a much needed breakthrough shot from Kanav over covers for 6 runs. He ends the over with a maximum 15 gone. And that was a gem of a shot. Crunched into the offside for 6. 99 the score for the loss of 6 wickets. Well, that's gone in the air. That has gone over the keeper's head. They're going to go for 2. Are they going to go for 3 here? Kanav wants 3, but he'll have to settle for 2. 100 was up. $103 for 6. Oh, he's gone over the covers on that last delivery. That was a brilliant shot. And this time Navratan into the leg side. That's well fielded. Kanav wants 2, but they'll have to settle for 1. Kanav is quick, but he'll have to see that how comfortable the non-striker is as well. Was beautifully played into the onside, to be honest. 28 balls, 53 needed more. Kanav goes in the air. He's gone high in the air. Has he got the height? Has he got the distance? Not quite. Siddharth completes the catch. And that's going to be the end of Kanav and his small little cameo here. A very good catch in the end by Siddharth. Was perfectly positioned on the boundary ropes. Had to come a few yards inside to complete the catch there. Again, makes it look very, very easy. As Jay gets yet another wicket. It has been his day. It has been his night. Excellent all-round performance from the man himself. The 7th wicket goes down. It's 104 for 7. New batter is Amay. Coming into bat. Kanav being the last man to be dismissed. Jay, 2 for 16 for him. That's another good delivery. Outside edge goes towards the backward point region. A quick single taken. Good running between the wickets here. $105 for 7. Cuts it well into the gap for another single behind point. Last ball of the over. Amay on strike. 51 needed of mere 25 deliveries. Required rate going higher and higher. Oh, and that's another wicket. That's 3. That is 3 for JP. And it could not have been a better day for this guy. Great outing with the bat. And now with the ball in hand. He's running riot here. 8 down for 106 at the end of 16 overs. And it's been a mind-blowing performance here by Jay. That shall seal the fate for his side. Simab to continue tucked away into the onside, looking for a quick single here. Navratan overthrows, but it's only going to be 1 here. Let's have a look at that replay. Tucks the ball away with soft hands for 1. Throw at the striker's end. And that was a run-out chance. Well, frankly, had he collected the ball cleanly, could have been another wicket here. Just going past the keeper for 1. Amay. Oh, good delivery. Really good delivery. He's mastered the art of bowling those flippers time and again. He pitches them in the right areas, just at the right pace as well. Simab. Another really good delivery. Well, there's nothing much that the batter can do about it. They are trying to maneuver the ball somehow. But it's not been a very merry day here for the Supremos today. That's well bowled, punched away into the offside for a single. $107 for 8. Oh, that's well bowled. Inside edge. That just missed the stumps by a whisker. Inside edge racing away towards the fence. Going to be a boundary here for the Supremos. For Navratan. That was a solid delivery. That one angled back in. Ooh, very lucky to have gotten away with that one. 112 for 8 the score. Last ball off his spell. Simab played with soft hands. Navratan towards backward point. Run out chance. And is that out? Well, I think it is. Amay will have to go back to the hut. Last ball of Simab's spell and wasn't directly involved in a wicket, but a run out here. 9 down the Supremos. 112 for 9. In walks the last man. Aditya at the non-striker's end. Navratan is on strike as they crossed over. Punches it away into the offside, looking for a run, but they'll not take it. He'd want to be on strike, Navratan. Well, the game's kind of gone out of their hands. So there's nothing much that can be done. Getting a few runs under his belt will really do a world of good when you talk about the confidence of the player. Punches it away into the offside again. Another dot ball. Gokul looking to finish the game in this over itself. Short ball pulled away into the onside. But they'll not take a run here. Choosing not to take a run. Gokul will continue. Cut away into the gap, cut away. Behind point. And he gets 4. Probably a little too late these runs, but every run matters. Gokul has picked up a wicket already in this game. Was the opening wicket of Rahul. Now can he seal the fate in this over itself? Slogged away down the ground. Just falling short of the player at long on. Another single. Driven firmly into the offside. Another single, so looks like Aditya. He'll keep strike. Certainly he can bat. Pretty evident. Although he's come at number 11. Sometimes the number 11s are better skilled than some top order batters. That's what you see a lot of times. End of 18. It's 118 for 9. Abhishek into the attack. That's been pulled away into the onside. Has he got the gap? Yes, he has. Only a single though. That's all that he'll get. Oh, and that's the Yorker. That is the Yorker. That's the moment. A victory here for the Mustangs. They've outplayed their opponents. They've given it all in today's encounter. For a large part of the game, they were outplayed by the Supremos, but eventually they emerged victorious, and Abhishek with the Yorker in the block hole. That's the game. Rangers comprehensively winning the game.